The uniforms have been turned in, hurdles have been put away, and the tarps have been pulled out. The high school athletic season has come to a close in Naperville, which can only mean one thing. It's time for the NSW Season 12 Awards Show. Welcome in, everyone, and get ready for the best 30 minutes of your day. We take a look at the best plays that have happened this year, along with which athlete sits above all of their peers. We start first with the males. 4 seniors and a pair of juniors qualify for the prestigious award. Ryan Riskey runs us through the nominees for Male Athlete of the Year, presented by Molly Maids of the Aurora Naperville area.
Our first nominee is Ben Foy from Neuqua Valley Boys Lacrosse. Since Foy came up to varsity as a sophomore in 2017, the Wildcats have become a powerhouse. This past season, Foy led the state with 131 points, setting the program record, and found the back of the net 65 times. Foy and battery mate Caden Perry were arguably the most unstoppable duo in the state, as there was no game plan that could slow either of them down. The Wildcats' offense averaged nearly 14 goals per game as they made it all the way to the state semifinals and went toe-to-toe against 13-time state champion New Trier before falling 8-6. Foy and the Wildcats rebounded in their next game and wreaked havoc on Glenbard West 16-7 to capture third place in the state, which is the best finish in program history. Foy exits as the program's all-time leading scorer with 268 points. He will head to Indiana to study business in the fall. Our next nominee is the most accomplished hockey player that this area has ever seen, Zack Pierce. 2 years ago, this Metea Valley product burst onto the scene as a freshman. In his 3 seasons on varsity, he has led the team in points by quite a wide margin. After leading the Warriors Hockey Club to a state runner-up finish in 2018, Pierce had his eyes set on taking home the program's second state title. This year he paved way for the offense with 51 goals and 87 points in just 44 games. Pierce basically did it all for the Warriors, whether it was scoring goals, setting up teammates, winning faceoffs, or killing penalties. One mentality that he brings to the table is winning, and it clearly rubbed off on his teammates as the Warriors rattled off an impressive 42-10 record. After helping the team capture the Illinois West Cup for the first time since 2014, there was one thing left unaccomplished: return to the United Center for the state championship, and that's exactly what they did. In the state championship game, Pierce picked up 3 primary assists in regulation as the Warriors and rival Glenbard headed to overtime to decide a winner, but the game went to a second OT period, and then Pierce fired a shot off the stick of teammate Nolan Cummings for the game-winning goal. Pierce was named MVP of the game as the Warriors won their first state championship since 2014. With his senior season coming up next year, he has plans to lead the hockey team back to the United Center for a 3rd straight year. When all is said and done, he will probably finish with the most illustrious career in program history. Up next is a runner for Naperville Central. Thomas Gallus ran for both the Redhawks cross-country and track teams. During the fall, he was the DVC regional and sectional champion for the 2nd consecutive year, while also winning the Naperville North Twilight Invitational. He carried the momentum into the spring, where he won the indoor and outdoor conference titles in the 800 and 1600, as well as the sectional crowns. At the state meet near the end of May, he finally became a state champion by anchoring the 4x800 meter relay by taking the lead with 300 meters to go and not looking back from there. Gallus wasn't done yet, as he also finished in first place in the 800 meter run, as the Redhawks finished tied for 9th place. He's off to Michigan this fall. This area hasn't seen a talent at quarterback quite like that of Naperville Central's Peyton Thorn. The son of North Central College head football coach Jeff Thorn, Peyton shattered every single season and career passing record for the Redhawks. This past season, he passed for over 3,000 yards, and threw 40 touchdown passes in only 11 games. There wasn't a single throw that he couldn't make as he terrorized opposing defenses and defensive coordinators during his tenure as the starting quarterback. With the Redhawks facing one of the toughest schedules out there, they finished the regular season 6-3, but ultimately fell in the second round of the playoffs in a shootout to Marist. Thorn was named First Team All-State, the Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year, and the Illinois Offensive Player of the Year by USA Today. Over his 3 seasons on varsity, which included one with Metea Valley, Thorn amassed 7,000 passing yards, 1,000 more on the ground, and 97 total touchdowns. He will take his talents to Michigan State, where he will reunite with his favorite receivers, Jaden Reed and Cade McDonald. We have another member of the Warriors Hockey Club on this list in Will Troy. He came over from the Chicago Young Americans AAA club and immediately made an impact on the second line with 26 points on the season. One of his biggest strengths is his rocket shot that could tear off a goalie's arm at some point. Like Zack Pierce, he played a big part in the hockey team winning the state championship. As helpful as he was on the hockey team, it's the fall when Troy shines the most, as he is the #1 golfer on the Waubonsie Valley golf team. Troy shot an even par to lead the team to a regional championship and then rode the momentum to the state meet, where he finished tied for third with a -1, which is one of the best finishes in program history. Our final nominee is Naperville North's Tom Welch, and where to even begin with him? We will start with soccer, where he was a tower of power in goal for 3 seasons, all of which ended with a state championship. Welch set the program record with 44 career shutouts, and in the past 2 state championship games, he made a combined 25 saves and didn't allow a goal in a pair of 1-0 wins over Libertyville. This season, he had 20 shutouts, which gave him a 0.17 goals against average, and he even scored 3 goals of his own. His junior season was so incredible that he won the Illinois Gatorade State Soccer Player of the Year award. Now that's a pretty good accolade for a guy that plays soccer as his second sport. Welch also dominated as a one-man reign of terror on the basketball court, where he averaged 21 points and 8.6 rebounds per game on the DVC champion Huskies. In addition to being able to consistently hit outside shots, he would put the opposition on a poster numerous times when flying in for a dunk. He's off to Loyola to continue his basketball career under Naperville native Porter Moser next season. Congrats to all the boys on a great season. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Ryan Riskey.
Being a dominant 2-sport athlete and committing to a D1 basketball program made our choice pretty easy. Congratulations to Naperville North soccer and basketball star Tom Welch, as he earned the Male Athlete of the Year.